Hello and welcome to this preview of the full tutorial of the piano version of Forever and Always by Taylor Swift. This will give you the first 15 minutes of what is over an hour-long full tutorial teaching you the song note by note, bar by bar, and giving you some helpful workarounds if some of the sections are a little too hard. To purchase the full version of this tutorial, go to pianoversion.org, and if you'd like the sheet music, it's available to buy on musicnotes.com. Forever and Always is in the key of A major. That means it's got three sharps: F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. I'm going to start with the intro. Now the intro starts on a D major chord. So we're going to play a single D in our left hand below middle C. And our right hand is going to play D, F sharp and A. Now I'm playing this with my index finger, fourth finger and fifth finger because the next note I'm going to play is an A below that. So my thumb is already ready for that. So we're going to go a 1, 2, 3 and, that's that low A on 3 and, 4 on the D and the top A. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and hold that A down and then play with your index finger and third finger C sharp and E, whilst the left hand is going to play A below that. So it goes 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. So we've gone to an A major chord. On beat 2 we're going to play that low A with our thumb again, 1, 2, and then we go to an E major chord, so up to E on our left hand with the thumb. Also we're going to play B below middle C, E above middle C and G sharp above that. So 2 bars go 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to repeat that chord sequence but play it slightly differently. We're going to start with the exactly same notes on the D major chord, but we're going to play on beat 3 now rather than 3 and with our thumb. 1, 2, 3 and, so it's A, D, then 4 and E, A, 3 and 4 and, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and, then we're going to play the same A chord, so C sharp, E and A, single A, 1, 2 and, that's the C sharp E, 1, 2 and, then we're going to play the same E chord that we played in bar 2, so 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Go back to the D chord, but this time we're going to play a step down. Left hand stays the same, while the right hand now, our thumb is going to be on the A that our thumb has been hovering over, middle finger D above middle C, and then F sharp with our little finger. 1, 2 and then we're going to stretch our hand because we're going to play A followed by D, which would now do with our index finger because it's going to be followed by the higher A with our little finger. So we go 1, 2 and 3, 4, and we're going to hold our pedal down for the whole of that bar. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Back to the A chord. Now we're going to stay there for the full bar. But it's the same voicing to begin with. 1, 2. Our thumb in the left hand is going to play E, but we're going to hold the A down. We're going to hold the sustain pedal down through this bar anyway. 1, 2 and, that's the C sharp in the right hand. 3, that's the E in the left hand, and that's the E, 4, A. So it goes 1, 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to go to an E sus. So we're going to play an E again with our thumb in the left hand, while we're going to play B, E, A and B. 1. Now we're going to then restrike with our thumb. 2 and, that's the B, E. 1, 2 and 3 and, that's the top B with our little finger. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1. We've restriked the E. We're now going to play, we've played an E sus, now we're just going to play a straight E chord. So B, E and G sharp. So it goes from 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. To make it easier, if that stretch is the biggest stretch in the intro, you could just play the top 3 notes and then jump down. using the pedal. Now the pedal is going to be used, as we do with a lot of these songs, we're going to keep the pedal down for the duration of a chord and then lift it up when we do a chord change. So for example, we're holding it down for a bar, then restrike it, then again. So let's play through that intro a little bit under tempo, starting with the D major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the D, to get a bit louder and softer. 1, 2, and 3, 4, D with the pedal, and 3, 4, A with the pedal, 2 and 3 and 4, E sus, 2 and 3, and getting quieter, 2, 3. Once upon a time. And we're into the first verse. Now the first verse we're just playing nice, easy, sustained chords. And the chord sequence is very similar to, the chord sequence is exactly the same to what we just played in the intro. So we're going to start with a D major chord, but we're just going to play a single D in the left hand, and we're going to play D and F sharp in the right hand. Let's play that with our second finger and fourth finger, although it really doesn't matter. I'm only playing it with that because I'm going to go to a C sharp and E next, but because we're using a pedal, then you've got time to move all the fingers, so you could just play it on whatever's most comfortable for you. So we hold that for 4 bars, for 4 beats. Once upon a time, 3, I believed, and we're on to an A major chord. So left hand is playing the exact same movement that we played in the intro. So D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, E, 4, repeat. So we've done D and F sharp. Now in the right hand we're going to play C sharp and E, here's middle C, and then we're going to go to E and G sharp, and then we're going to repeat that, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go back to the D. This is on I'll hold on to the night. Then we're going to play an A, and we go to the E in the right hand, but the left hand's just going to stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go back to the D figure in the right hand, this time with no left hand. This happens over you look me in the eye and told me you love, and we restrike that on love. You love me. And we go to the E sus now, so single E with the left hand, E and A with the right hand. 1, 2, then resolve it to E and G sharp on beat 3. Were you just kidding, cause it... And then we're into like this second half of the chorus. So that first half is all those nice easy chords. Now we get to the second half. Were you just kidding, cause it seemed to me... So now we start moving it a bit more. We're going to play a full chord. Left hand's going to stay very similar. So single D, single A, single E. Right hand is going to play D, F sharp and A, as we did at the beginning of the intro, keeping the thumb ready to go on A on beat 2, and it's going to go 1, 2, and 3. That's A, D, E. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So we've gone A, D, E, A, D, A. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and hold that A, and then make a major chord underneath it, so A, C sharp, and E. If that's too much of a stretch to do the full octave, then obviously you can take off that top A and just go down to it. Then the E chord is B, E, and G sharp, single E in the left hand. And we're back to the D again, and we're going to play the same voicing to begin with, same fingering, but this time the A is going to come straight away. It's going to go 1 and 2 and 3. So it's the same notes, just starting a bit earlier. A, D, E, A, D, A. But we're on the first bar of that figure, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And this time we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then A, same voicing, full octave. If that voicing's too hard, you can go for the lower one. And then to the same E voicing. Then we're going to go back to that D, And we're going to play exactly the same as the first D of the second half of the second half of this verse, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. This is the same A chord as we've been playing in the second half, but now we're just going to hold it on the A. 1, 2, and 3. So now we're going to add an E with our thumb in the left hand. 1, 2, and 3, and. So we're going to now play C sharp on beat 3, then restrike the E with our left hand. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. That's E, A. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now this is the E sus bar. We're going to play single E, left hand on beat 1, 1, and 2. So it's E, A, all above middle C in the right hand. 1, and 2, and B. So maybe you want to play that E with the little finger so it's an easy stretch for the thumb. 1, and 2, and 3. Now a B at the top. So it's E, E, A, B, B. 4, and. So that's E, B. And let's play that with the little finger. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1. So we hold that little finger, and then we do the straight E major chord, adding the E and the G sharp, single E in the left hand. So 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Let's play through that verse with a bit of vocals, and we'll take it a little bit under tempo. So E sus, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Once upon a time, I believed it was a Tuesday when I caught your eye, and we caught on to something. I held on to the night. You looked me in the eye and told me you loved me. Were you just kidding? 'Cause it seemed to me this thing is breaking down. We almost never speak. I don't feel welcome anymore. Baby, what happened? Please tell me. 'Cause 1 second it was perfect. Now you're halfway out the door. And I stared at the phone. He still. And we're into the pre-chorus. This is at the phone. He still hasn't called. We're going to play a D chord, so we keep on going back to this D chord. Now we've got a bit more movement, but we're still in a very similar voicing. Single note D in the left hand, while the right hand is going to hover over the same place that we've been doing with the D chord. So thumb over the A, little finger over the A, and then D and F sharp in the middle. We're going to start with the high 2 notes, F sharp and A, and then we're going to play A and D, and that's going to repeat. So it's going 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And that goes, at the phone, he's still. And then on the A chord, the right hand's going to play a very similar phrase, but we're just going to switch the 2 notes in the middle. So we've been playing the F sharp and the D in the middle, A is on the outside. Now we go to the A, the thumb and little finger stay the same, but now we're going to play C sharp and E in the middle. So starting on the top 2 notes, then go A, C sharp. The left hand's going to play A with the little finger, but then we're going to play an E. We're going to go 1, and 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So there's 2 bars go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Then the rhythm kind of continues. Single note E in the left hand. We're going to go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So E and G sharp just play it with you can play it with your 3rd finger or your 4th finger on the G sharp, depending on what feels most comfortable, but keep your little finger over the B above that, because we're going to be playing that B in a second. But your thumb is also going to be playing the B below, so we're going to go 1 and 2. So E and G sharp on their own, followed by B, then followed by E on its own, then E and B together, 1 and 2 and 3, just the B, and the E, and then 4 E and G sharp. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's on Feel So Low You Can Feel Nothing At All, and you And we go to an F sharp minor, new chord. We're going to play just the A, so our little finger's still around that A. We'll play A and F sharp, and then depending on how you've come at it, you could keep it fourth finger and use your index finger on the F sharp. That's the lowest note for this bar. Or you could move it up and play third finger and thumb. And we're going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4. So that's F sharp and A, followed by C sharp, then it's F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. So it's 1 and 2, 3, 4. Single note F sharp in the left hand. Then we're going to, on flashback 2, we're going to play D. We're going to get into our usual D shape, but it's all single notes, an arpeggiated figure. So F sharp, A, D, E. That's 1 and 2 and, then A, D, E, A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's all with the pedal down. Then we go to that A chord, but now we're going to play it as a chord. So C sharp, E and A, single note A, 1, 2 and 3. That's thumb on E, 1, 2 and 3. Right hand restrikes the same chord, and then beat 4, single C sharp, 1, 2 and 3, 4. And that's when he said forever and always. On, then we go to the E sus, but we're going to play that same rhythmic figure now, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So starting with E and A, but your thumb needs to be resting over the B and your little finger needs to be ready over the B above it. So it's E and A, B, E, B, B, E, A, E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and single note E in the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're going to now resolve it to an E major chord. So keeping your extremities on the same notes, those B's, you can now play E and C sharp, E and G sharps together. 1 and down to the low B, 2 and, that's E, and then E and B together. 1 and 2 and, then down to the low B, 3 and 4, B, E, and then E and G sharp. So those two last bars from the E sus go 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's play through that pre-chorus. That's from and I stare at the phone all the way up to the chorus, which is oh, when it rains in your bedroom. So that's where we go up to, okay? So halfway out the door, and I stare at the phone. He still hasn't called, and then you feel so low you can't feel nothing at all, and you flash back to when he